This detention center in India's Assam state is set to open in a few months. But India's Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, says it doesn't even exist.
उड़ाई गई डिटेंशन सेंटर के अफवाहें सरासर झूठ है ये झूठ है झूठ है झूठ है.
Well, this one is real, and we went to the remote northeast corner of India to see it for ourselves. State officials and workers told us this compound will house up to 3,000 detainees, people who are declared foreigners.
Why are the walls so high?
Wall bilak mane yar pura manu jete ulai jabo noare. Etu karone wall bilak hide kori dise.
But here's the thing. Many of the people likely to be held here might not even be foreigners at all. The fear is that most of them will be Muslim. And the state they live in is leading Modi's push to change India into a more overtly Hindu nation. Munawar Khatun is Muslim. She says she was born and raised in India and has the documents to prove it.
In my voter ID card, birth certificate, marriage certificate.
Still, she was left off a roster of Indian citizens in Assam. Now, she must prove she's legal or risk being sent to detention.
সরকার ওরা তো হিন্দু ধর্মের মানুষ আর মুসলমানকে সব সময় টার্গেট করে থাকে যে মুসলমানের শাস্তি কিভাবে দেওয়া যায়.
She's not alone. Almost 2 million people were left off that list. Soon, many will be called to a court like this one, called a foreigners' tribunal. These people have been marked as suspected foreigners. They're bringing their documents to an official. That person, appointed by the government, will then decide if they're Indian citizens or foreigners. Mamoni Rajkumari was one of those officials. She issued decisions in over 600 cases. The majority she found were Indian. And then she sued the government and told us she was fired because she didn't declare enough Muslims as foreigners.
নহয় গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে ডাইৰেক্ট আমাক কৈ দিয়া নাই নহয় মুছলিমকে কৰিব লাগে বুলি গভৰ্ণমেণ্টেতো ডাইৰেক্ট নকয় নহয় সেইটো কথা.
But it was implied.
ফৰেনাৰ ট্ৰিবিউনেলবোৰ গঠন কৰিছোঁ আমি ফৰেনাৰ ধৰিব লাগে কিন্তু গোটেই ফৰেনাৰ ট্ৰিবিউনেলত সব মুছলিম মানুহৰে কেছ বেছি.
We found 5 more officials, like Rajkumari, who accused the state of targeting Muslims. Only one other would appear on camera. The rest feared reprisal.
This is the assessment report, and my name is serial number 1, Kartik Chandra Roy. Percentage of foreigners declared 1.32, not satisfactory, may be terminated.
Why my performance is not good? Because percentage of declaration is less.
Kartik Roy says he started to face pressure a few years ago when Modi's party, the BJP, took control in Assam.
Yes, that happens after Modi government, that you have to declare particularly people who are Muslims.
When he didn't declare more Muslims as foreigners, he said he too was fired. But how can someone with documents who's lived for years as a citizen suddenly be declared illegal? Take Asbahar Ali.
চাওক মোৰ দেউতাই যেতিয়া নাকি প্ৰথম ভোট দিলে 85 তাতে নামটো হৈ আছে আজহাৰ আলী আৰু মোৰ দেউতাকৰ নাম আছিল আজবাহাৰ আলী.
This spelling error became grounds for questioning his citizenship.
নামের আকার উপরে লেখাতে এসামিস মানুষ লেখাতে অল্প আকারত এজলা ভুল করে আকারত এজলা ভুল করে এলে তো কোর্টের কাম নহয়.
He lost his case at the Foreigners Tribunal and ended up going to jail for almost 4 years. During that time, his family sold their land to pay legal fees, and his wife committed suicide.
সংসারটা ধ্বংস করছি আবার.
টাকা পয়সা মাটি জমা যেখিনি আছিল গোটেইখিনি ধ্বংস কৰি দিলে.
Ali was released on bail, But until he can convince the court that he's Indian, his name will not appear on the citizenship list. So he could end up back in detention. And that list, it's riddled with clerical errors. This man, Dukdam Das, is also not on the list. His case is pretty much identical to Ali's, except for one key thing: he's Hindu. And as far as many in Modi's party are concerned, that just means Indian. So, in December, the government doubled down. It passed a new citizenship law favoring all major religions in South Asia, except Islam.
तो जो सारे हिंदू, बुद्ध, जैन, सिख, क्रिश्चियन हैं, उनको तो नागरिकता ही मिल जाएगी। एनआरसी का कहां सवाल है? हम सामने चलकर नागरिकता देने चाहते हैं और इसमें कोई दस्तावेज की जरूरत नहीं।
In Assam, that means Hindus who are left off the botched list could have their rights restored.
ভাল লাগছে এই দেশের নাগরিক আমি হ্যাঁ
But across the country, critics see the new law as the latest example of Modi's anti-Muslim agenda. Protests led to religious riots in India's capital. More than 50 people died in the violence, the majority of them Muslims. But despite months of protesting, Modi has not backed down.
हम कायम हैं और कायम रहेंगे.
In fact, officials in his government have promised to make a countrywide registry of citizens, just like the one in Assam. Modi has denied that that's his plan.
ভোট ছাড়া তো মোদী সরকার আহা নাই না ভোট দিছো দিহি আহিছে
Azbahar Ali voted in the past, as only a citizen can, but he may not get to exercise that right again.
ভোটটো দিয়া বুড়িছে কিন্তু দিয়া আমি তো আর ভাবা নাই যে আমি ভোটটো দিয়ার পিছত যে আমাক ডিটেনশন ক্যাম্পত লৈ যাও বুলি আমি তো এইখিনি ভাবা নাই